Привет, дорогие друзья! Hello, dear friends! How are you doing? Как ваши дела? How are you doing? Что нового? What's new? What's the news? Um, this time I'm going to just read some text and try to translate it. And let's see how it goes. Я буду читать текст, и потом я перевод, I translate, I переводу. So let's see the text. This is here. Много веков люди думают, что делать, чтобы жить долго и быть здоровым. Sometimes it will be easier to translate, sometimes it will be harder. Hello. For many centuries, people have taught that what to do and how to live longer and be healthy. Быть здоровым means be healthy. No, let me tell you, I don't feel well, and yeah, I will just have hold on. I will just have yogurt and mixture of yogurt, water and salt. It's still very hot, not as bad as on Friday, but still. Okay, hold on, just I have little. I take it out from the fridge, because it's to make it cold, but there's little left from this yogurt, and yeah, it may not look fancy because the last part is going to have to hold on, but because it's so warm, I mean today it's still 30 whatever degrees. I mean, it's not as bad as on Friday, but still. And next week it's going to be again 35-40 degrees again. I'm like, I don't know what to do, but it doesn't help. So as I posted a video on my channel, but I look like I almost running out of breath. I can't breathe because there's, it's still hot, and you can even hear it on my voice that I can barely, it sucks. And I'm drinking water over and over again. Like, I don't know, I'm just, running out of, it's the last part. So I have already, considerably have finished, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help. I don't feel cooler. C'est la vie. I like that. Yeah, in French, yeah, this is life. But yeah, I like French language. Have you made progress with French language? Or you are still struggling to learn new phrases? Yeah, I understand how it is with languages to make progress. If you are not in an environment where you can practice, you can hear the language, it's really hard to learn. C'est la vie, this is life, but yeah, life sucks. Let me tell you, to live in a very small flat and no air conditioning, no ventilator, and I mean it's too small because even putting a ventilator here it doesn't solve the problem because it's still hot. I mean, just blowing the hot air would not help that much. The real thing would be if the weather has cooled down, that would be good, but no rain for many months. And it was on the news that in Istanbul 3.5 million cubic meter water has been used in the hot day, like on Friday or something. Imagine, that's a lot of water, but no rain has been for months. Let me show you how I mean, outside is, yeah, but wait, let me, I mean, it's open, the window is open, but it should be like, I try to yeah, but it's so, how to say, it's look at the grass, it's so yellow. It's so yellow because of the sun. And yeah, I mean, lot of buildings, lot of people. It's just, and there's no balcony here, so even if the wind blows, I should like go all the way down, and there's, other people can look from the windows. And I don't like, no privacy, no privacy. So I cannot, like, I used to live in an old house in my home country, and how to say, um, I still leave it open, but yeah. And you know um, it was an old house, but at least there was space. But I no longer live in such. I have lost it. My mother had sold it, and now I'm stuck in this rented small flat, and I don't enjoy living here. um, and yeah, it's small, and there's no balcony or terrace anywhere when there's a wind. But I cannot fully get the wind, because even if I open this window, you don't feel, it's not the same as if you were outside. But if I have to go outside, I don't like to hang around in the common, like this between the buildings area. I don't like to hang around because it's not private, because people from the windows, they can see, and you don't feel that you can relax or something, because I mean, there are many windows and many, you know block of flats, and people can see what anybody is doing. If they go outside, it's visible, and so you cannot just say, oh. And besides, there's not many places to sit down outside. Benches, few benches. Hello, привет, hello. um well, the thing is, the bank was sorted out, but there's another issue I have now. It is that my residence permit has expired, and it was yesterday, but I had applied for it 2 months ago, back in May. I had applied for it, but I still haven't got my residence permit card. So that means that because at the end of next week, I'm supposed to leave the country, but I mean, because we have an arranged thing, we have arranged trip. I mean, many months ago, my husband had said, tell me dates that, we would go. And I'm like, but why do I have to tell you dates for, trip so early? And he said to me, no, you have to tell it because it would be cheaper price. And I'm like, but for me, it's not suitable. Why? I mean, for him, he can go anytime, anywhere, because he is a male. But for me, it's not good, because I have, every month, that shit. And it's not suitable for me. It ruins a trip. If I, because I will, pay for it, and but I wouldn't enjoy it. When I have my period, I don't enjoy, traveling, so to say, traveling. And even I cannot go to countries where I want to go, because he is a Turkish citizen and he cannot go anywhere in the world. I mean, visa free. So in some countries he would need to get visa, but it's not suitable. For example, we cannot go to Europe together because he needs to get visa. I don't need to get visa because I'm from Hungary, but he has to. And so it's not suitable, And the only few countries that are suitable for both of us are the less popular countries, like for example Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan or Georgia, like in in the Caucasus. So not Georgia in not the state in the US, no. I mean the country in the Caucasian region, neighboring country to Turkey, Georgia. So only those countries, we can go visa free. But I mean, for me, that's not suitable to visit the same place again. I'm not so happy about it. But I mean, what's my option? He said to me, either you go by yourself to Europe, but then, he said to me the only option is Hungary, because obviously he doesn't want me to go to another country by myself. So, I said, but yeah, I don't want to go to Hungary. I don't have a home there anymore. I mean, I don't have a house there anymore. And there's nowhere to go. My mother lives in a very small flat like this, so I can't stay there. So I would need to arrange accommodation if I went to Hungary, my home country, because I don't have a home there. So now there's this issue. I haven't received the residence permit card. I had applied back in May, so 2 months ago for it, but in June there was a 9-day holiday in Turkey, so the government offices were not working that time. And so I think things have taken longer, So my application form was received, but they haven't printed the residence permit card. So now I don't have the card, and now there is the question. So do I need to leave the country? And if I leave the country, how many days I can leave the country without, returning? And that's, yeah, that sucks. Hello, are you there? Yes, I'm making progress. I learned in school. So you have learned French in school. That's good. So now anyway, I will return back to reading Russian if nobody is there to. That's my. Maybe nobody will be there to listen. So anyway, I will return to reading in Russian. Много веков люди думают, что делать, чтобы жить долго и быть здоровым. So for many centuries, people have thought that and what to do to live longer and to be healthy. В последнее время люди едут не только потому, что человеку нужно есть, но и потому, что это популярный вид отдыха. Oh, why doesn't it show anybody looking? There's no one. It doesn't show on the screen that there is anybody watching. So I just thought to myself, oh, maybe the internet connection was gone, or maybe you were busy. Only now it shows one person is watching. So now I don't have a residence permit card, and although I had applied for it in time, much before the deadline, the expiration date, but I don't have in my hands a residence permit card. So if I leave the country, how long can I leave the country? Because we called immigration office and they said like 15 days. You can, if you obtain some documents, like I don't know, that you had applied for this thing or something, that 15 days is something. I'm like, but the trip we had arranged is not for 15 days but more, and there's no answer, and the person on the phone couldn't say anything about this case, like what would happen, and suggested that, well, which country are you a citizen of? And I said Hungary. And I'm like, so I mean, Hungary has some visa-free time in Turkey, like up to 90 days, but I mean, I have been living here, you know, in Turkey for some time. So it's not like I'm coming here as a tourist, but because that card wasn't printed yet, so it's like I don't know how they would evaluate my, you know, thing. And I'm like, if the case is that only for 15 days can be abroad, like outside of the country, I'm like, but for me, I mean, many months before we had arranged this thing, and now how much, if we canceled it, how much money we would get back? And if we cannot get back the money, first of all, we haven't canceled anything yet, but it sucks. And that's the thing I don't like when my husband asks me, tell me dates in advance, because it doesn't suit me, because I usually have some shit going on during the time we book something. If I say in advance, you know, many months before something, I say dates, it doesn't suit me. There's, you know, issue, because I usually have my period by exact the time when, you know, the trip is, so I don't enjoy the trip, and I can't really go outside much, and it's inconvenient, and it really sucks just because he tells me for a cheaper price we must do this. I'm like, I pay for this guy, not you. So, you know, if I want a shorter time to go, and if I would like other country, like different country where I haven't been before, he says no, because he cannot go there because he would need to get a visa. I'm like, what can I do for you? It's not my fault that you don't get, you know, visa free. So it's, you know, sucks that, you know, you cannot go to any country you want to. I mean, and so, you know, I mean, I would have liked to see a new place. I mean, where I have never been, but I don't have a chance, you know, because he doesn't allow me to spend money. Even now, I'm, you know, inside the flat. We don't buy, I mean, it's, you know, rented flat. We don't have air conditioning, nor a ventilator, so in summer it's hell. And but he doesn't care about it. um and yeah, there's no hope. I mean, what would I hope? Because seriously, we won't have anything. I mean, um he doesn't care about, you know, it. Oh yeah, too much. I mean, even, I mean, to be honest, the other day when he was frustrated, I don't know, a few days ago, you know what he said to me? Ah, you are making videos on YouTube, and oh, you are like a clown. He said to me, you are like a clown. So, like, you know, you entertain your friends, and then, you know, inverted comments, friends. I'm like, do I do anything immoral? No. But in his mind, I think, you know, I'm, you know, a bad person, because how can you talk to male online? I'm not talking like male, like, you know, I don't see anyone. Besides, I don't do video calls. I don't do video calls, you know, with males, you know. I don't do anything immoral, but in his mind, he's like, you entertain your friends. You are like a clown. And yeah, I mean, what shall I say? I'm depressed. I'm a clown, you know. Yeah, I'm a stupid clown, you know. Because my videos are silly on YouTube, you know. It's, you know, not appropriate, you know. In his mind it's not appropriate, but, you know, besides, well, I don't really have anybody to talk to, you know. It's not like I'm seeking relationship, you know, stuff. I mean, but, you know, in their minds, I think Turkish people, you know, some of them, in their minds, you know, a female cannot talk to a male, because it's, you know, not, you know, ethical. Like, you know, if a female is married, then it's not supposed to be that, you know, you talk to a person. It's wrong, it's evil. I'm like, what do I talk about? Actually, I'm just sharing my issues, and sometimes I share language, sometimes I share silly videos, you know. It depends on, but I'm just tired of being judged. And yeah, it didn't feel good when he said to me that I look like a clown. It was like very depressing to me. Like, I already don't feel good about how I look. I'm not happy about looking this way. But yeah, he's quite controlling. I mean, he doesn't see that what he's doing is really controlling. And well, he's much older than me, but he's not rich, you know. I mean, are you still there? Are you still there? So, so yeah, he's, you know, he's not rich. He doesn't have he doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a home, a flat, or anything. No, just a retired person. And yeah, and this is not my first marriage, but I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm tired. That, you know, I mean, the expectations here. Actually, what I don't like, that yeah, here it's, you know, if you are unlucky to be a female, like born as female, well, you know, the expectations are, you know, to be female, but I don't enjoy being female at all. I don't like it. I'm not good at housework stuff, and it's cooking or stuff. I'm not. It's just, and yeah, I just don't enjoy that, you know, you cannot talk to anyone. I don't care that, you know, female or male, I mean the gender, but yeah, it's just a person. I mean, should be, you know, not a mean, nasty person, but like a person who has understanding, or, but it's not valued here, you know. It's, you're supposed to be the gender you are, and it really, it's not. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really fit for marriage. I'm not really. I have many issues on, you know, on my own. I mean, my body is not functioning well, and I wasn't brought up in a proper way. I had lost my father when I was 13 years old, and it was a difficult, depressing time with my mom only back then. And so I just didn't have anything, you know, and to get draw encouragement from. There was nothing, and I don't have any siblings, so I always felt lonely, and nobody. And he doesn't want to listen to me when, you know, deep topics I would talk about. He doesn't like those things. It's not like he's interested in listening. And in fact, he often tells me, cut it short, cut it short. He doesn't want to listen too long, because he said, I can't remember what you say. Besides, I don't want to listen to long, you know, tales. I don't want to listen to long tales. Cut it short. I'm like, I can't speak, you know, in a way that's, you know, really short, like brief. I'm not used to speaking like that. And before, nobody has told me to cut it short, cut it short. Even my ex-husband, who became transgender, whatever, he didn't say, or she didn't say such things that cut it short. Like, you know, I want you to speak really, really minimum, you know. I'm like, so, you know, he's older than me. I don't know. I have really become depressed after, you know, what happened in my failed relationship, my marriage. Even though, you know, I'm not keen on saying the word marriage. Why? Because I don't think I'm suitable for it. And yeah, I mean, my ex was calm somewhat, but she was too self-absorbed. So she only cared about, oh, I want to be female, looking female, and even went for surgery. So it's not that, you know, for me, the real reason why I had left her or him, it was not that, you know, he no longer had a male organ. Sorry to be blunt, it was not the reason I had left him, because uh I mean, even after I knew for sure that this person would have surgery, I didn't leave. But um, after I have noticed that she was making different friends, and I was ignored as a person, as a friend, as a good friend, sort of like, company and friend, good friend. Then I felt like, what's the point? And also people were, pressuring me, like, Christians and others, like, oh, but, and some were mocking me, like, so Bridget, do you sleep next to, him, like, is going to have surgery, so do you do anything with him? It's like, nasty questions, embarrassing questions. I mean, so rude to ask to a person, hey, do you sleep next to your spouse, like having anything, like making love or something, or not anymore, like, even before, the surgery the person took. I was asked such a rude question. I'm like, you know, disgusting question, but yeah, it is, some people don't have limit boundary. And I hate my life, what my life has been. Why? Because I was put through hell. Because people were mean to me. People were mean to me. And no Christian should tell me that, God allows everything for his glory or whatever. I don't care about that. Besides, let me tell you, even if it's my mistake that I ended up, in such a strange situation, that, I made a bad decision to marry such person, who later became like that. Then, people would say, the Christians would say, that's your fault. You made a bad decision. You didn't listen to God. I'm like, where it is to listen to God? God, can we hear God's voice? And people say, read the Bible, and I have Bible, and I have read little, I mean, some parts from the Bible, some from the Old Testament, some from the New Testament, but it hasn't helped me, and I don't believe that God cares for me. And sorry, I didn't look at your, but people don't think that way, that I have had a hard life. Do you know what they think? Oh, Bridget doesn't have a career. Oh, she doesn't have a 9 to 5 whatever job. It doesn't she I don't care about the gender, whatever, so she doesn't have, a job. Oh, how lucky she is. I'm like, I don't get any basic respect from anyone, guys. People treat me shit. I mean, just because, I'm not a teacher, or I'm not working in an office, or I'm not, whatever shit. People don't give me basic respect. Many people suffer. I'm suffering. I'm depressed. Well, if your faith is God, in God is down, that's a difficult situation. I mean, I don't know. Have you always been a believer? For me, it's not the case. I grew up in an atheist family. So my parents didn't believe in God, and so I also didn't believe in God. It's the call for prayer. It's from the nearest mosque, which is, as I have shown you, it's very near. It's very near. So it's just right there. And you know why the window is open? Because it's fucking hot. And so all the noise, the buses that go past, or if somebody blasts music from their car, then I can hear it. It's very annoying. This place is noisy. And so anyway, that was, I mean, what you can hear now is a call for prayer for Muslims. But yeah, what I was going to say is that people don't think that way, that I have had it in a hard way, like they judge what they see now, like for example, no career or something, they judge, oh, why don't you have it? I'm like, I think in the world many people don't have job, or treated in a horrible way, not because they deserve to be treated in a horrible way, but they don't get, treated fairly. My concentration is from the hot weather, and yeah, I just wish for a quiet. Yeah, I should be dead. Why? I should be dead because that would be a quiet place. No longer I would. I don't have Ukrainian resources like books. I can barely hear my own voice. I only have few Russian textbooks. This is Paihali. Like, let's go or something. I can't even hear myself. And even though the window is open, I still don't feel any cooler. That sucks. I mean, I don't have Ukrainian resources. So only online, like video on YouTube, I can look at Ukrainian text. I would say Russian is easier. I mean, Ukrainian has some different words. There are some words that are similar to Russian, but there are some words that are different. But however, the so Russian, I think, is easier in some ways. In Ukrainian, I don't know the grammar too well. I mean, even in Russian, I still, because I don't speak the language and I don't hear Russian every day, I struggle because, even let me try to translate some text. So it was here, like for many centuries, and I was reading this, people have taught that what to do and how to live long and to be healthy. Быть здоровым means to be healthy. And nowadays, в последнее время, время means time, this word, время, люди едут не только потому, что человеку нужно есть. And nowadays, people eat not only because people need to eat. Человеку нужно есть. So it's like dative case, человеку, to a person, need to eat. But, no means but because, и потому что это популярный вид отдыха. But this is popular view of recreation. Цивилизация меняет нашу жизнь. Civilization has changed our lives. У нас большой, and I can't read this word, it's wrong what I have written, I don't know. Продуктов. We have big products. Мы можем купить практически любые продукты в любое время года. We means it's me. By the way, in Hungarian, me means we, and then also in Russian, me. So we means like me in Hungarian and in Russian, but Russian is written this way. Мы можем купить практически любые продукты в любое время года. So we can buy practical and any products at any time of the year, if we have money, obviously. Правда, мы сейчас больше знаем, and truly we now know more that люди понимают, что полезно, а что вредно. I don't know that word breedna. Anyway, people understand that useful is, I don't know, I can't translate that part. U nas jest все. We have everything. Нет только времени. We have everything but time. But like, I mean time. But why is it plural case or something? Времени. Because время is singular. Время. Let me show you the singular case for time is время. This. Anyway, so where was I up to reading? So we have everything but time. My nie możemy просто нормально пообедать. We cannot simply normally have lunch. Мы не готовим еду, а покупаем готовые продукты и едим нерегулярно. We don't prepare meal. We buy ready products and we eat irregularly. That's true. Irregular. Мы не ходим пешком, а ездим на транспорте. We don't walk on foot. We take we take transport. Утром пьем крепкий кофе или чай. In the morning, утром, this word means morning, утром. So in the morning, actually. Пьем, we drink. I think it's present tense. Крепкий кофе means like the hard coffee, like strong coffee. Or или means or tea, чай. Потому что мало спали, а вечером алкоголь из-за стрессов. So the goes on. So in the morning we drink strong coffee or tea because we sleep little, and in the evening drink alcohol because of stress. Well, those I don't drink alcohol, so that's this text in Russian, it doesn't apply to me. Sorry, is Hungary Slavic? No. Are you still there? No. I can hear the buses, everything passing by. It's so annoying. It's noisy. So Hungarian is not a Slavic language. It is a different language. It's more similar to distantly it's similar to Turkish. We have few words in common, like Turkish and Hungarian. Like, for example, zseb means pocket in Hungarian, zseb. And in Turkish, cep. So there's a p at the end, cep. So zseb, cep. But and there's a word kapu. Kapu means in Hungarian gate. Kapu. But in Turkish, kapı means a door or gate. So it's almost the same, but few words are dissimilar. Are you still there? That I'm talking to the wall, or like I'm just sharing what I can share. So this video is a mixture of my stories and some Russian and stuff. Are you still there or listening, or shall I make a video soon? Maybe I'll switch offline if there's nobody watching. Hello. So Hungarian is not a Slavic language. It is not. Unfortunately, that's why it's hard for me to learn Russian, because it's not similar. So I will go. Сейчас есть разные системы для здоровой жизни. And now there is a different system for healthy life. Adna из них, one out of them, голодание. One is starving or fasting. Maybe you are not there. Maybe I will try to come back later online. So I was just thinking, I answered your question. Hungarian is not a Slavic language. It is distantly similar to Turkish, but we have too few in common. I mean, in terms of words, we have few in common. Only the grammar structure is a little similar. But anyway, I will just switch this off now and maybe come back later. See you soon.